Good afternoon, this is SR News and I'm Bethany Elsey. Tonight, 14 children have been hurt in a dog attack in Blyth and a woman has been arrested. A new deal for junior doctors may see the end of disputes over their working contract. And why Greggs may be forced to provide public toilets in their cafes. First tonight, 14 children were attacked by a dog in Blyth last night. The owner of the dog has been arrested on suspicion of having a dangerously out of control dog. Our reporter Alice Winnie has more.
8-year-old Corey Patterson is back in the park where he was one of the 14 children taken to hospital after a vicious dog attack in Blyth last night.
I was playing in the park and this girl, she had her dog and someone was on their way out and the dog ran in and everyone started chasing it and then it started coming biting everyone.
I'm here at the Burns Avenue play area, usually the site of fun and laughter where children can play. But last night it was the site of a horrific dog attack where 14 children were taken to hospital. A dog was released in this park and bit lots of children. Their parents came rushing over to help them. Neil Wilkinson told SR News how he saved children during the attack.
Basically, I come out, I heard all the kids screaming. Basically ran over, all the kids were running all over the place. The dog was attacking them. I actually picked a lot of the kids up, put them on to a higher point so the dog couldn't get to them. And as I was doing that, the dog was actually attacking me and all. They were just screaming in terror, really, they were absolutely terrified. It was just, obviously with us being a parent myself, with us having 3 kids, it was just unbelievable. It was heartbreaking, really,
Despite their injuries, it has not put the children off playing in this new park.
Alice joins us here in the studio tonight. Alice, what more can you tell us about what happened last night?
Well, the children had injuries varying from small cuts to facial injuries. They're still in hospital, although we believe that some of the 14 children have returned home. One of the dogs has been in a kennel, awaiting their owner to be collecting them, and a child is also awaiting a facial injury.
And what were the extent of their injuries?
Well, the dog was attacking them while they were at play. So some were on the floor, some were high up, some were on the swing. Facial, as you saw, on their leg, on their hands, on their arms, all over.
And are the police helping people? Are there any support measures being put in place?
Yeah, the police are stepping up patrols and supporting the community because, of course, children have been affected, but they get a day off school.
That's great. Thanks, Alice. Next tonight, junior doctors across the North East are deciding whether to vote for a new contract agreed with the government. After months of disagreement over contract changes and 10 days of talks, both sides reached a compromise last night. The dispute led to the first strike in 20 years by doctors who believe that proposed changes to their contract would put both them and their patients in a very unsafe position. Our reporter Gemma Westlin is joining us in the studio. Hi Gemma. What more can you tell us about the situation?
Well, it could be that these new contracts proposed by the Health Secretary Jeremy Hunt could actually settle the dispute going on between the government and BMA junior doctors. Both parties have spoke out since the contract has been released, and the Secretary Jeremy Hunt stating it's a significant step forward and the BMA stating it has represented the best and the final way. So hopefully that means from the BMA that all of this dispute is settled. However, we'll not find this out until June and July when the voting will actually take place. 40,000 junior doctors will be voting what they say for the contract to go forward or not.
Great, thanks Gemma. Next tonight, Greggs has caused a stir because they don't provide public toilets. Hull City Council claim their cafes with seating should provide a toilet for their customers.
It's probably one of Sunderland's favourite places to grab a pasty, but things could soon be changing at one of Britain's best-loved bakeries. Greggs are under a legal battle at the moment over whether they should provide toilet facilities at some of its eat-in shops. Lawyers representing Newcastle Council and Greggs argue provision of food outlets should be based on the predominant trade test, and Greggs argue their main trade is for take-out business. Greggs have almost 1,700 stores nationwide, including 7 in Sunderland city centre alone. This morning, Castletown at Hilton Riverside Retail Park could be one of those that is soon having to change the way it runs. It's one of the newer models of Greggs where you can now eat in and enjoy your favourite pasty or hot drink while having a sit down. However, Hull City Council say if Greggs are offering eating facility, they should be providing toilet and washing facilities for its customers, something which Greggs is not doing at some of its stores across the country, including this one in Castletown, where if you need the facilities, you'd have to go to the rival chain next door. But is a loo all that important? We asked these people who shop in Greggs regularly whether they think they should be providing toilets for its customers.
More of a take out and walk away kind of thing. I know obviously you can sit in and like eat them and the chairs and stuff like that provided, but I wouldn't say it's actually like a cafe.
No, I don't think so. I think they don't need to have any place to sit or any toilets because it's fast food.
I really believe they should because, I mean, I know for me there's been countless times where I've had to, like, search for a toilet because they're not really available anywhere, never mind Greggs, but I think especially for the people that go in, if it's now Greggs do sit down, I think the more people that are going to come in, the more people that are going to stay longer, and obviously people have needs, and you've got to attend to those needs, and that need is the toilet.
The case will now be looked at the Court of Appeal, and in a statement, a Greggs spokesperson told us that they welcome the decision, that the Court of Appeal will consider the verdict over the next 9 months. They said until the matter has been finally determined by the court, it would be inappropriate for them to comment any further. Whatever the outcome of this case, it certainly asks the question, what will this mean for other cafes and the future of Greggs?
There is a warning today that a superbug will kill someone every 3 seconds unless action is taken. A report calls today for a revolution in the way that antibiotics are used and a campaign to educate people. I'm joined now by former GP of Sunderland, Pam. Hello, Pam. How are you? What is worrying about this report?
Well, it's absolutely terrifying. I presume the figures are all correct, but at the moment we've still got about 50,000 deaths across Europe and the US due to antibiotic resistance. So it really is very, very worrying.
And who's to blame for this?
Well, I think we all are. Sunderland's been at the forefront of having a campaign against too many antibiotic prescriptions for many years. I don't know if you remember, there used to be a logo on the side of buses. So it's not new, so I think Sunderland's done very, very well. The problem is that people still want antibiotics on the whole because it proves that they're ill, and GPs tend to prescribe them because that's a quick way of dealing with the patient in front of them. So it's a lot about education from GP point of view and from the patient point of view. And when I qualified, I was taught that to end a consultation, you needed to give the patient a prescription. So instead of doing that, what we did was we provided a paper, a piece of information about why we weren't giving antibiotics.
Okay.
And so the government has now produced this one, which is about why you're not getting a prescription for antibiotics and things that you can do instead of having antibiotics, which is important so patients know that they will get help when they need it, even if they're not actually given a prescription in front of them.
Okay, and this report does call for action, so as people are being told that they don't need their antibiotics, but what else can be done to prevent something like this from happening?
I think it's a massive education that's needed for the public and for doctors as well. We need more GPs. We're very short of GPs, particularly in this region, which doesn't help if you're busy. It's hard not to do immediately what comes to mind, which is write a prescription. And also, of course, the pharmaceutical industry. And we also need rapid tests, rapid diagnostic tests, so we know what the antibiotic, if it's needed, what antibiotic is needed and when. And that's something else that needs a lot of research and work doing.
Okay, thank you very much, Pam. And next, a Sunderland mayor has been appointed. Councillor Alan Emerson, who represents RIOP, takes over the chains of office. He will be sworn in at a full meeting in Sunderland City Council that happened last night, and he will serve alongside his wife Janice. Sunderland Seaside has been awarded a blue flag. This national recognition means we are home to one of the best beaches in Britain. Reporter Jack Skinner.
Today we've heard that Sunderland's very own Roker Beach has been given the Blue Flag Award. This beach has been the hub of life for many years and I wanted to find out just how popular it was. So I headed down to find out why.
Oh, it's just beautiful coastline, isn't it? We have youngest son lives in London, his wife are all down south, so when they come here they're amazed at what we've got, because it's not the image they believe that it is, but it's just, you just look and just, you don't have to pay anything, go on the beach, take the kids, put them in the spade. That's what we do with our grandkids. It's just fantastic.
Very popular, is it? I mean, you can't get a seat along here.
No, it was the best football pitch. So yeah, in those days there was no organised football, so this was the best place to play football.
We started in '54 coming. Played every Sunday on here, all the lads played together. And split up, got married, you know, done the normal things. Peter Graham phoned everybody up. So out of about 20 of us, 17 are still left. There's a few bit of dust like, but we're not biting the dust yet.
With the blue flag being awarded, I also wanted to find out what this meant for the seaside businesses and managed to get in touch with some of the owners to find out what impact this was having.
Well, it'll bring a lot more people here and they want to see what it's all about. And I've done a lot of work to the place, so hopefully it will help all the businesses.
I'm the owner of Sue's Cafe. I've been here 13 years, all through the regeneration of the seafront, seen Sunderland beaches lose the blue flag and now gain the blue flag, which is excellent this year for the new business that's just opened on the seafront and for the new tourism that will be coming in this hopefully hot summer.
And finally, they may not have reached Take That standards, but they made a very triumphant effort. Anton Deck, Alan Shearer and Lee Westwood took to the stage in a fashionable manner for a charity event for the Children's Heart Unit. Doing their rendition of I Love You Baby, they might not make it to #1, but they will always be our favourite Geordies. That's all from me tonight. For more news and updates, head to our Twitter page at SR News Now or our website at sr-news.com. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.